All right, so I've got my new kit for Christmas, and I want to unbox it and show you guys the pieces, and then next video I'll start working on it. So let's flip the camera around and let's take a look. So here's the box. The instruction book says, and yes, surprise, I opened it myself before recording it. But the instruction booklet, the copyright date on it is 1979. So this was made in the 70s or the 80s. And in some ways you can tell, as I'll show you guys in a minute. I mean, obviously the box is pretty beat up, but in pretty good shape for being, possibly 41, 45 years old. So this is a Philadelphia Derringer. This is, according to my understanding, and I haven't double checked recently, but it's what I've always been told, and I think I have looked it up before, the kind of gun that John Wilkes Booth used to kill Abraham Lincoln. Now, it does not make the gun bad, it just gives it kind of a infamous background. Here's the back of the box. It does say somewhere on here, there it is, that the barrel is rifled, which I find maybe a little superfluous considering the barrel is only like 3 inches long. Like, this thing is not going to be very accurate. And this is basically the instructions for building it. It doesn't come with like a detailed instruction booklet. It just has the instructions on the back of the box here, which basically it says, and it says 90% inletted somewhere around here, which means that they make it, oh, there it is. Wow, sorry if anybody gets sick. Which they make it so the pieces don't fit perfectly, so there's more work that you get to do as the builder. Here is the pieces. So here's your instruction book. CVA, Connecticut Valley Arms. They've been around, obviously, a long time. Still around today. They have a website. I actually bought something from them and had to talk to their customer service. Here is the grip. Pretty cool. It's a little guy. This was like a belly gun or something you stick in your boot or the back of your pants or something. It wasn't like something you'd take to like a gentleman's duel or something like that. It's not the kind of gun it was. And anybody who knows the story of Lincoln's assassination knows Booth walked right up behind him in the theater and shot him in the back of the head. So it wasn't something that he needed accuracy for. Here's the barrel. Like I said, pretty short. What I'm a little worried about is this has the same issue that my rifle had, which you have to drill through the stock and through this barrel tenon here at the bottom of the barrel, and then back out the other side of the stock. And if you guys remember my rifle build, I missed on one of those holes. And luckily the barrel was held down by more stuff, but still. Here's the trigger guard. Which is pretty cool looking. It goes this way. It goes this way on the grip, and then here's your trigger. It's almost identical to the trigger on my rifle, actually. And then here is the lock. This one is a cap lock, which means I'm going to get to buy some percussion caps. So it's for those who don't know, a cap lock, it's the same general principle. Like, you pull this back and it's pretty sticky. It needs to be oiled. It's 45 years old possibly, so it does need to be oiled, and I'll work on that. So I'm not going to work the lock right now, but I tested it yesterday and it is pretty sticky. But you pull it back, when you pull the trigger, it goes forward. The difference is, you see there's no flint in this one. It's just like kind of a flat, kind of concave there. And what you have is, what screws into this hole on the barrel it's called a nipple. And you put a little percussion cap on that, and the percussion cap is like a blasting cap from, or like a primer from a regular bullet, and that shoots down a small explosion into the main powder charge inside the barrel, and that fires the gun. And so you need to buy those separate percussion caps, and so I'll need to get those. And there are multiple sizes, and I'll have to find out, how you know what size you need. So there's the lock. And then hardware, as far as hardware goes, I think it actually is missing the nipple, but I've already looked online, and you can get them pretty cheap. So I'll just buy another one. You can see there's a tenon pin in here. I think that's the tenon pin, which, if it is, that's kind of huge. And then like a couple of possible tang screws here, looks like. And then there's these little pieces of trim that we'll put on the outside. with these little tiny screws there, and then also screws for the trigger. That's at least one screw for the trigger guard. So, there's the pieces, and I think that's all I've got for the moment, but I'm excited to get started on this, and when I do, I will record it. So, that is it. I'm out.